Did you know that a lack of sleep costs the United States $411 million and 123 million sleep days? We all know that sleep is necessary for our physical and mental health, but very few know how important it really is. Not getting enough sleep may cause problems with learning, reacting, focusing, making it difficult to make decisions, control your emotions, solve problems, or cope with change. Yet we take sleep for granted. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing with you information on how to detect signs of sleep deprivation that you need to know. According to Wikipedia, sleep deprivation, also known as sleep insufficiency or sleeplessness, is the condition of not having adequate duration and quality of sleep to support decent alertness performance. At the point when you feel drowsy, feeble, and inefficient, you might be restless. It's essential to address lack of sleep and get rest, to get in your groove again. Now, as per the Communities for Infection Prevention and Avoidance, around 1 out of 3 grown-ups in the US announced not getting sufficient rest or rest consistently. What's more, not getting sufficient rest, and it's connected with numerous persistent illnesses and conditions like type 2 diabetes, coronary illnesses, and sadness. Here, specialists make sense of 12 distinct signs and side effects of lack of sleep. One such sign, my busy mothers, are you are always hungry. Now, in the event that the mind isn't getting the energy it needs from the rest, it will frequently attempt to get it from the food. Now, based on many studies, running dangerously short on rest can build the development of chemicals in your body known, craving chemicals, which further develops endurance after the cardiovascular failure and forestalls the muscle decay, among many capabilities as a percent report. Now, what they're saying is lack of sleep can affect your metabolic rate. And a lack of our metabolic activities in the body, it desires greasy food. Unfortunately, rest can likewise mess with your leptin in your body. We're not dosing as expected. We generally eat a great amount, but you're needing on the ground that you're not feeling the signs to quit eating, because when you're very tired, your body starts to draw on food. Now, you have gained weight. With an expanded craving comes one more upsetting side effect of the lack of sleep, which is weight gain. At the point when you're worn out, you don't watch what you're eating. You simply search for food and you start helping yourself, and without even feeling conscious of what you're doing. And then currently you're messing up your body, and you might say the variety of food and dessert, depending on your method for enlarging your waistline due to lack of sleep. So an absence of rest may affect your digestion. Your digestion will become jammed without the appropriate rest, and therefore it's going to be observed on you that when you don't take rest, you pack on a lot of weight. Now, when you don't get a lot of sleep, you become more impulsive. Individuals generally act without thinking when they are depleted of rest. According to brain scientists, your capacity to say no and I shouldn't have another piece of candy turns out to be more troublesome. And this is simply because it applies to eating more when you lack sleep. And you could likewise end up doing or saying statements that you don't agree with, such as attacking your life partner or yelling at your children. The central thing that you are not understanding is that many studies have conducted through rest medication. They concentrate on the cerebrum in your head, exploring how lack of sleep disables the memory, hinders your mental ability and consideration state. Likewise, rest and well-being concentrate, on the youthfulness. People becoming rest longer, they're more inclined to be, moderate in temperature, and their behavior is much more on the temperament side. When you don't get a lot of rest, my busy mothers, your memory is short. In the event that you grew up being told not to keep awake until late in the night prior to a test, your parents understood what they were referring to, because in order to concentrate, if you do not have enough sleep, it will affect your memory capability. In particular, being overtired prevents the protein combination from happening in the brain, and which controls the memory learning feelings. If you lack sleep, it promotes oxidative pressure, and because of that, the cells in your brain, and your body hinders in their developmental process and their memory processes. And we don't want to hinder or prevent sleep, because we need to take like vitamin E. Lack of sleep and memory capabilities, we can become mentally disabled. Now, when you're having trouble making decisions, my dear busy mothers, it's due to a lack of sleep. So assuming that you've been finding it harder to be, expecting to oversee projects at home or at your work, absence of rest could be the guilty party. Lack of sleep can influence speed and more so your level of mental handling. Now, critical thinking or using your time productively becomes significantly challenged. You have a challenge completing projects when you're very tired. Absence of rest may likewise influence your monetary choices. Like for example, one evening or so, without a lack of sleep, you may change your financial decision, because lack of sleep affects how you're prompted to think about things in your financial goals and everything. Lack of sleep also affects your motor skills. They are off. We as a whole, outing every ounce, going out, then the chance of doing a couple of things in a single day, you might be worn out or considered, where you are going out. Now, memory lacking is not good based on sleep being adversely impacted. Now, lack of sleep, we all know. I think we're all guilty of it, my dear busy mom. We get insufficient sleep, and then that signifies, that we're getting worn out easily during the day. We can function, we can make good decisions, become irritable, irrational, erratic. Our responses are brought down to, mere confusion. At some point, we can become very irate. So make steps, to deal with getting sleep, so that, you don't have to deal with, especially, mental fogging, or we call it brain fog, where we can't remember many things, right? Now, when you don't get sleep, it shows on your face. Now, while you miss your rest, you become more open to, you having that look on your face being dragged, and it puts an enormous amount of pressure on you to try to stay happy. Moreover, you are not excited. You're not able to be excited when you are tired. Now, basically, you, my busy moms, you need to get adequate amount of rest consistently, and that will show on your demeanor, your attitude, your actions, your presence, your ability to think rational. You will not be easily, offended by your children or your partner or your workers or so, and you will leave a better impression on whoever you come in touch with. That lack of sleep, you may get sick easily. And you may ask how. When you lack rest and your immune system is low, you are susceptible to, contracting various forms of airborne disease, and all kinds of pathogen. And also, your body is in shock from lack of sleep, and you start getting the cold easily, cold virus, or you might catch the cold and it takes a long time to get better, and you're wondering, why is it taking me so long to let this flu pass me by? So let me just say to you, when your energy is depleted as busy mothers, taking care of your kids, taking care of the home, your husband, fundamentally, you sometimes don't take care of you. Now, are you having trouble sleeping, my busy moms? When you are sleep deprived, mentally drained, you're not able to control your muscles well, your eyes, your hand, your motion. Getting some rest time is seriously required. Sometimes doctors have to go as far as to prescribe sleeping, time off for you from your job, because they realize that you're coming down with infection, and because of that, you're lethargic, and they call that, you have exhaustion. On the other hand, there are numerous amount of people who say that, they don't need a lot of sleep to stay, active and energized. Well, to each their own, because I have to get a lot of rest in order to function. I will feel drained. I will feel like, irritated easily. Some persons say their vision is clear as hours as day. They don't need an awful amount of rest. They don't need to spend so many time in bed. But if you do not get enough sleep, if you're sleep deprived, it can show on your skin. The large number of us put on makeup on our face, and we can truly cover our face. But what about the other parts of our skin? These areas start breaking out into pimples, and our skin start having dry patches, because, we're dehydrated, we're lacking sleep, and, become sleep deprived, and the whole metabolic activity through your body is disrupted. And you might not even be drinking enough water to keep your skin supple and nice. So you might not be extraordinary sleepers. You don't have to be extraordinary sleeper. Just make sure that you get sufficient sleep, 5, 6, 8 hours. You don't want to oversleep, however. You just want to get quality sleep. Exactly the amount of rest that you need, so that you'll not be depleted. Because oversleeping can be an issue too. You don't want to oversleep. You want to get that right amount of rest time, that right amount of snooze. So absence of rest can, have occasionally bring skin breakout because of the circadian aggravation, and that implies that your natural change to what makes it that, skin becoming damaged, because the circadian clock in our body is the one that makes us go to sleep and wakes us up. So when you don't get enough sleep, you can disrupt that natural body clock, and your body produces collagen when you're at rest. But when you're not sleeping, there's an inability for your body to restore itself to its natural functioning ability. And my dear busy mothers, you do not want to walk around having acne, pimples, dried skins, ashy look. Well, you might think that when you're sleep deprived, you could fall asleep around the steering wheel, and that's not safe, my busy mothers. Right when you're about to move off at that stoplight, you get a jolt, you wake up. That has happened to me before, and it's not a good feeling, right? You feel so scared, and you just want to get home. And that's due to lack of sleep deprivation. Yes, my busy mothers, we can doze off at the stoplight, and that's quite unsafe, being that you are driving. According to the police, 91,000 of the crashes, 91,000 were due to lazy drivers, 50,000 people being hurt, and more than 800 passing. So sleep deprivation is a serious issue. So my tired moms, anytime you feel unnecessarily tired, making the rounds, picking up the kids, please feel free to, schedule that time to get some sleep. Lack of sleep, surprisingly, constitutes you stop growing. Yep, it can retard your growth. Yes, so I guess that sleeping and getting sufficient rest can lead to you having that, growth spurt. I don't think I have any more growth. I'm finished growing. So if I sleep for a whole day, I'm not going to grow anymore. But for children, I think it's something to look into because they need rest in order for the bones to develop and stretch. So for kids, they need to rest so the cells in the bones can, mature and multiply and stretch, mature, multiply and stretch, mature, multiply and stretch. Now, it might be said that some persons might be sleep deprived and they're in denial. Yet, some people will tell you, oh no, I have sufficient rest every day. No, no, no. No, no, no. There are times when you are tired, but you denying the fact. We do not want any incidents and accidents on the road. So when there's an obvious sign that you are lacking sleep, please get some rest. So thank you again for stopping by my busy moms viewing my channel. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and check the link below so that you can see more wonderful uploads. Click the notification bell so you will know when I publish another wonderful informative video. Now remember to check the link below to see another video presentation. And my busy mom, I hope you are scheduling sleep time. It is very, very important, highly critical that we find that rest time. I am guilty of it, and I know you, my busy moms, may be suffering from sleep deprivation. But in order to satisfy our families the best way we should, I do know that we need to get our snooze on. So see you on the next video that I'm super excited to, invite you to watch. You take care now. Get some snooze. Bye.